welcome everyone to the fourth and final day of the Road to Revengeance tour here at NSFW.
Wow, you're drunk already. It's gonna be a long night.
I'm just excited. Like before it escalated. No, I am 110% excited for this entire show because everything is going to come together on this show. Hopefully.
Are you going to introduce yourself?
Yes, I will. I am Angelo Miller. And you?
I am Jackson Jimmy Jackson, JJ Jackson, Esquire. And we have the final step on the road to Revengeance is tonight. And we have quite a big range of matches tonight, don't we?
We have actually, for our main event tonight, the first time ever, and obviously there's a lot of first times, but first time we have a champion versus champion match. In which Richard the Problem Prothero, obviously the NSFW men's champion, goes up against one half of the tag team champions in Froggy Count Merry of the Merry Men.
And indeed, we have another champion showing up in the first event of the card as Lord Chris faces off against the regional champion Alexi.
Yep. Ian R will be at ringside.
Oh dear.
Who knows what could happen. That and more on tonight's show.
Indeed.
Let's kick off this show with our first match of the evening. Introducing first, representing Team Decker, Fan Service Lord Chris, accompanied by Ian R. Now,
thank God he's not fighting, yeah.
I know, it's still a bit of a conundrum when it comes to these two. One of them can't win, the other one has no idea what he's doing.
And also can't win.
Yeah, it's an odd spot for them. It's always an odd spot for Ian. But Ian has put himself forward as the number contender for the NSFW Regional Championship. That is to be confirmed later on tonight. I've had notes saying that it's been talked about and it's pretty much all but sealed.
I think if Chris can get the win tonight against the champion he's going to be facing, he might as well stamp his name on the card.
Well, it could end up. This is why it's not been 100% confirmed yet, because they might just decide that if Chris can beat Lexi, they might have him go for the belt instead. He'd be more deserving. He'd have picked the winner over the champion. But these two, they've been in the company a long time. From the very beginning. It's not going to be easy for either men, but we shall see. But making his way out to the ring, the new NSFW Regional Champion Lexi.
As we saw, he won the title from Foxic in that amazing match at the end of the first episode, of the first day of the Road to Revengeance.
It took them 16.5 minutes.
And they did absolute murder to each other's bodies. And after it all, from the smoking ruins, Lexi emerged as your champion.
Both men have had a few weeks to recuperate. Thankfully, neither of them sustained any major injuries coming out of the match, especially Foxic. We thought at one point he suffered either some slight brain damage or a concussion or whiplash, but he was given some time off these last few weeks, and he has made a full recovery.
Excellent. As the match gets underway, and Chris is able to get the upper hand in the very early stages, goes for what appears to be suplex, but no, Alex is
he's managed to reverse it.
Completely thrown him off his game there.
Going straight for the
top rope.
Ow! Why would you go for a drop? Why would you go for a leg drop on someone who's sitting upright? You're just going to do damage not just to your opponent but to yourself.
He just had to spend a bit of time in the corner, worried. And as you can see in the corner of the screen there, Ian was actually cringing for Chris's safety, which is weird because I think that's the first human emotion I think everyone has ever seen of him.
That may be very true. Frankensteiner.
don't want to insult him. I'm just saying it how it is. Very early 2 count.
Of course, as mentioned before, the regional belt is not on the line in this. He will be defending it in a week's time at Revengeance. This is more of just a warm-up for him on the road too. I mean, the whole point of the regional belt is that it's defended often in high octane matches, but there are points in which, you know, sometimes you just need to cool down a little bit. Regardless of the implications, Lexi's going to go all out on this match, and he wants to win it. Simple as. It's part of his plan to make this whole company his own personal lexicon.
Yeah.
So,
and he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to have anyone tarnish his already so far perfect streak.
big kick by Chris into the corner.
Chris has had really good hand.
Yes. Standing 450.
Nails the same 450 he did at the start of the road.
Only a 1 count.
That is surprising.
Maybe he's going for it again, but this time from the top rope.
Oh! Whoa, he hits a Phoenix Splash!
Adds an extra twist to it. Is that enough? No.
Only 2 count from the Phoenix Splash. That is a surprise. But Lexi is made of some very strong stuff here.
Top and a middle rope leg drop.
Yeah.
Oh!
He's one kick and he's cut open Chris. That is a surprise. And
almost took him out.
What a brutal kick to cut him open with one hit.
Lexi's going for
having some fun on the outside.
He's going for some top rope manoeuvres of his own. Oh, big
It's
leg
a leg drop of his own onto it. Do you think the scarf that Chris is wearing is offering some kind of protection?
Maybe the smallest bit, but I highly doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt that sort of fabric is going to be particularly useful.
Oh, what's Ian doing?
He's realised that even though Chris has managed to get a count of 2 there.
The ref's being distracted.
Just enough time for Chris to hit him in the head with a chair. I mean, given recent events, it probably don't really matter that much, considering he's sort of okay with that. But
I mean, there's chair shots and then there's vicious chair shots. He literally launched it into the back of his head.
That was brutal.
Like, that's beyond disgusting. But Lexi continues to fight on.
Lexi is still not going to let a simple chair shot knock him down.
He is going to fight until his last breath.
He's beginning to. I find it very telling that Ian is wincing at the look at this next trend. He's just seen someone clatter someone with a chair, and he didn't move a muscle.
What is this?
Oh! Brutal!
That was the Overfiend.
That was indeed. Could this be it? But he'd have to wait until the referee is now back in tension.
No, he's not finished them yet. Oh! Counters out of it.
Hits the leg as well. And just before Lexi was able to get to his feet, Chris is going for a pin. He could break his streak yet. No. Still getting 2s there. We're getting some rather. It's his turn to strain his neck.
He'll be trying to wear that neck and head down if he's going to try and hit the
How
dragger roll.
How damaged is it going to be from the last couple of weeks?
Floods into the corner, turns around. Leg sweep.
Neither of them are really having it all their own way.
Very much back and forth at the moment. Neither having an upper hand. Neither really able to take advantage of the other.
Whipping them by the neck and continuing to stretch the neck.
We did see this
He's
before.
Able to power out of it.
We did see that kind of wear down in the regional championship match.
Indeed we did.
Lexi knowing full well how to conserve himself. regardless of whether the title's on the line or not, he wants to win. Because at the end of the day, he wants to have that little bit more control over who he defends the belt against. I mean, granted, the whole Ian situation is out of his hands, but
he doesn't seem to have, barring the referee interference, he's not being intrusive. And another one of those gravity-defying 450s gets a 2 count. Very close there. He could have won there.
Chris just taking a bit of a breather.
Might be a mistake.
Just wants to chill out that little bit.
He saw what happened in the regional match.
Here it comes. He's going for the Dragon.
Oh my god!
Oh!
And now they are both cut. Reopening the wound that was sustained on Alexis' head.
Brings him down.
More net whipping.
No.
But no.
Looked like he was trying to set him up for a Gynax ending. But no. Oh no.
Himself.
No. Oh!
What's that? Wow.
Cover. And that's it.
Somewhere in that twisted mass of flesh, we saw the end of the match. I legit thought Lord Chris was going to reverse that, but no. Lexi was able to finish the move, and Chris goes 3-0 down.
At this rate, Chris can't even buy a win, and he can't buy good support either. In this match, we're going to see 2 guys who competed together in the same contest in the 4-way match at Aim for the Top. A little bit different this way around. Just a few weeks ago, Foxic was the first and defending regional championship, but obviously Lexi took it from him day one. What is going through Foxic's mind at the moment, having to come out here knowing he's no longer champion?
Well, he has a rematch on the cards, doesn't he?
I would certainly think so.
Yes, he needs to win. He needs to win now to gain some momentum back. And who better to do it against one of the people that he knows that he can beat, because he did beat him.
I mean, when it comes to any of the championships, it's not just a case of getting a rematch. It's more of a case that you have to earn your way up the rankings again with some wins. And to be honest, he's not the only one. You know, coming down to the ring right now is Captain Valentine, who has had some great performances recently.
Fresh off a brilliant win against, was it Marshall Merry?
Yeah.
After absorbing so much of a push and one of the game changer really early on, he's still able to power through. This guy's confusingly on team.
I'm still trying to work out what that submission maneuver was. I've never seen anything like that before.
It was. I mean, do we hope to see it again?
I mean, it beat Marshall. I mean,
yeah.
If it wins matches,
effective.
Yeah, it's been proven to win matches. So
worrying, and it might cost us our subscription with Fox, but.
I mean, it's going to push up our age rating a little bit. But nonetheless, if it works, it works. And in Valentine's mind, he wants nothing more than to go after that belt, regardless of who's holding it. I mean, for all we know, if Ian wins the belt from Lexi, then it's going to be... Could we see a title change between faction members?
Indeed.
Who knows?
Of course, we still don't have, as the match begins, we still don't have a confirmed match involving the regional title.
Well, I'm being told right now that Carlo will be addressing the Revengeance card later on tonight. In fact, he says, yeah, after this match, actually.
Good.
You know, he's already backstage to come out when this match is concluded.
So I think Fox is going to really want to give it his all, and he's doing it so far, pulling out a great springboard maneuver there, addressing the audience as Valentine rises on the floor, working the arms now.
Valentine's returns.
Left it open for him, and he takes it into a Luthez press.
Oh, misses.
Tries to go for
rope.
a wonderfully high moonsault, but doesn't quite get it.
Oh,
wow! Already we have a super kick. We have
that Sly Fox super kick.
Indeed.
And Valentine's having none of it.
He's just shaking it off, and he's gone right back into business. This is surprising. And he's trying to deal with something of his own.
He's going for a wind-up punch.
That's the jaw.
And that could be it.
And
wait.
No, he's going for the legs.
Oh,
in the chest.
I would have gone for the pinfall.
Yeah, so would I. And see, look, he's let Fox appear to get back into this, but no, let him have that one.
Drops him again, inverted atomic drop, picks him up,
another
one.
Atomic drop. How humiliating would it be for Foxic if he's seen the person who stole his title win tonight and him lose?
Very cautious looking code breaker.
Responds with a jawbreaker.
And
axe kick right into there. But oh no! He stumbled getting up there.
Going for the top rope. Foxic rolls into position.
How much does Valentine have to do that? What was that? It's the 630 again. And real close to losing. Fuck that. Wow. How much did that take out of Valentine? He's clearly wheezing.
Valentine is giving it all he's got right now.
He knows how dangerous Foxic is, and he's been thrown.
He's going for it.
Is that it? He's
got
the happy ending locked in. He's got it locked in. This is a move that took out Mary. But is he?
Is that enough?
Is he about to tap? Is he about to tap? Look at his arm. It could go either way here. No, he couldn't quite convert it. So he's going up. He's only on to the second. I don't think
he's calling for him to come
up. What's he planning?
Houston hangover. No, what's it? I can't remember.
Reverse
Blockbuster.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm getting my wrestling moves mixed up.
I'm seeing so many spinny things.
There's so much going on right now. There's so many different big moves being thrown around.
Fox is working the elbow into the back of Valentine's head, whose brains have got to be scrambled after the 630, and the knee there has possibly...
Is that taking him out? Foxic is not going for the pin.
Is Valentine out?
Foxic is being very cautious.
He does.
He's going for the twin tails.
The twin tail is in. The twin tail is locked. He's yes.
No, is that no?
Is that no?
No. Before the referee called for it. He's going for the cover though.
Just before.
What
was that? I may need to say. It looked like just before Valentine was tapping.
It did look like a verbal submission, but no, the referee didn't officially call it.
This match does indeed continue, and it looks like this could Foxic. This could be a bit over, but no, he's
no. They keep swapping blows.
Reversed.
Hits him onto the ropes. What's he going for?
Goes straight out the ropes.
What is he doing? Is he?
No.
He's bounced off the ropes and. Wow!
He sent him through the ropes, tackling him. And Foxic is down as the referee begins as he comes out again. He's going to restart his count.
Valentine, I mean, he's got time to play with, but
yeah, he has until the count of 20, but he only needs one of them. As we're now back into the ring.
Goes for a couple.
Neither of these tend to use weapons unless they are forced, I believe.
It's a very straight up match at the moment.
Yeah, it is a very technical affair here. We do have a lot of spins here, but it is mostly mat based. Rolls out of the way, rolls out hard, straight into. He's seen through it again.
Inverted DDT.
And this time
he's going up again. He's going for the wind up.
He's going for the wind up
punch.
a second one, and Foxic is out there, but he's not going to pin him. Why is he...
No,
Oh,
Foxic
this is a
isn't
big
having
mistake.
that.
He's going for him. Foxic's free to do whatever he
Oh,
can.
and another super kick to the back of the head. That's got to be it.
Take your pin.
Valentine looks like he's out. No!
No! Kicks the legs up, and Foxic can't believe it. And to be honest, neither can we.
Just continues the wear down.
Yeah. Work down each of the limbs. First the arms, then the head. Now he's looking to find his carry into... Wow.
Another kick to the head.
Very...
And now Valentine is looking limp.
Again, it's just when you think it's the beginning of the end, he comes out with something. Stamping on his back and repeatedly driving the arms into the canvas, elbow first. This is...
Kick to the gut.
Tried to run away from an attack, but Foxic was just too quickly.
Oh! Big brainbuster.
Beautifully delayed, and he's gone high. Oh,
he's getting the crowd. He's getting the crowd hyped into it. He could be calling for the finish. He has him in the right position, middle of the ring.
He's just working down the neck first.
Just getting that little bit of energy back in.
Of course, the twin tail, the twin tails does have a feature where the neck is pushed into the ground.
Set out powerbomb.
Well, this...
No.
No, we thought there'd be no need for it. We may still not need it. And he's gone for another super kick.
Sly Fox super kick.
And he's
up again.
And another kick to the face. And surely this is it. Drags him away from the ropes. And
he's not done. No.
He's going for the twin tail again.
He's going for the twin tail submission.
As you can see,
has he got him?
Being twisted on the canvas as well. And is he?
He hasn't tapped.
No.
He's going for the cover though.
He lost
could
his
be out.
Or something. This is probably...
No!
Everything that Fox tries, it's just that bit away from the victory.
Oh. No, what's he doing?
He's on the ropes.
Ref.
He notices. No, he does not. And that was some oddly deceitful tactics from Fox there. It just shows how desperate he is to win.
We talk about that. He's throwing everything at Valentine,
including cheating.
Yeah, he's got to that point now where he's having to break a couple of rules.
And look at that, twisting back the arm so much. He's lifting his entire body with it as well. And that arm has been dealt with quite often throughout this match. So, but he's able to get out of it. What a fantastic match so far. But he's able to convert it. He gets a sunset flip on him.
So no, 2 count.
It's 2 count. He was aiming for what could have been another happy ending.
Still Foxic in control of this match. Valentine has not been able to come back into it.
Since he was unable to finish him off with the happy ending, it's been almost all Foxic, unfortunately. And doesn't he just know it?
Foxic just basking in the applause.
Center. And it seems he's going for a third one.
Has he got it this time?
In the legs, pushes the head against the ground. Is he going to tap? No.
No. Middle of the ring, cover. And that's it.
There we are. A valiant fight. Valentine tried extremely hard, but in the end, Foxic was just too powerful, and there's a reason why he was the first ever winner of the regional bout.
He's picked up a reprieve with this, and for all we know, this could be enough to give him another opportunity.
We will know
very, very soon.
We will know in a couple of minutes if Carlo Verani actually appears, as he says he would.
Stay tuned as we run down with our general manager the card for Revengeance.
And as promised, he has arrived. Perhaps this time he could finish a promo without being interrupted, yeah?
Well, here's hoping. I mean, there's a lot for him to go through.
Yeah. We know what he's talking about, but not what's in the card.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Tag belts be defended. Unknown team as of yet going up against the Merrys. We have the women's belt being defended between Ellie and Katie. That's 100% confirmed. Ian will go up against Lexi for the regional belt. Lolly Matt versus Richard the Problem Prothero for the men's. And there will also be an 8-man battle royale to determine the next normal contender for the regional belt. Plus more.
Foxy has to be very disappointed that he doesn't have the automatic #1 contendership. But in the end, it's Carlo's choice, and his word is final.
Right now, we're coming back with women's tag team action.
The first tag team action so far in NSFW, I believe, for women.
Yeah, I believe this is a first. And speaking of first, Katie's first appearance since, well, in-ring appearance since Aim for the Top.
Yeah, she called out Ellie at the start of the Road to Revengeance, and now that it's been confirmed that she is indeed going to be fighting Ellie, this is her warm-up. Now remember, Ellie did lose in that brutal match against Washu for the main event of day 3 of the Road to Revengeance. So this has got to be feeling good for Katie. Not only has her rival lost and is going to be smarting quite a few war wounds, she's also only in tag action instead of singles action. It'll be interesting to see whether or not she lets her partner do most of the heavy lifting tonight.
Interesting matchup here tonight. Katie and Nightshade, sisters of course, opposite ends. We have Annie and Becky, again opposite ends after their match earlier on in the TV series. So, you know, there's no real implications in the match, but there is some heated rivalries within it.
And there will be bad blood between Annie and Becky because, of course, Becky put away 4 of Beck's to deal with Annie on the episode 1. And here's Becky now. Has anyone told her that the flags at the back of Belarus, they're not Belarus, they're actually Bulgarian?
We're working on it.
Well, it's America. I think they can't tell the difference. It's not Russia.
But
they probably, it's American. They'll still think that the Russian flag is the one with the hammer and sickle.
I would much rather stick to my wrestling politics than my politics.
Oh yeah, but
I mean that's just me. I mean, like,
there's a reason that I don't get invited to parties. Well, more than once anyway.
Not saying you're wrong, just saying not now.
Out it comes. I wonder how much her neck is going to be smarting from those brutal moves that Becky brought her. It's Annie, so of the Outcast Club. I see Annie and Jane together in this club.
This will actually be Nightshade Moon's first first bout since Aim for the Top.
You're right.
She only had the one match, was defeated by Katie in the opening stages.
In what many people would argue is the best match of the first round.
Yep.
Katie had to get everything out of the bag and then some to beat her sister. And I think that's only enraged her.
When it comes to their relationship, it seems like there's an underlying respect, but at the same time it seems that Nightshade is a bit, maybe you could say she's a bit jealous of Katie.
Well, of course. Her sister's just turned out to be the first ever women's champion. And she's got to think, I lost to the champion, I should be the rightful heir to the throne. If I had just given that little bit more, that would have eaten away at her. And although it's sisters, they do respect each other, but that doesn't mean they have to like each other. You see her there. All right.
There has been some rumours going around in the locker room area in regards to the tag team championships. Just mention the fact that obviously there's a tag team contest. After Revengeance, there are some plans apparently in the pipeline about doing more for that division, and not just in terms of factions. There's actually talk of a tournament taking place. It's just, again, the only problem we have
is how many de facto tag teams do we have? But now we have these stables. We're going to see that division expand quite a lot in the next few months.
I only bring up that point because we are still trying our best to get the correct paperwork in place and whatever, so we're able to incorporate both the men and women's divisions together.
Indeed.
Because I'd have to say that, honestly, Nightshade Moon and EXO, I could see them being top runners for the belts.
Indeed. And it's their chance to prove it now as Annie gets the upper hand on Katie here. Just beginning by a few throws either side. Still evenly matched in the various. Katie's already going for a weapon.
Well,
that
this
is unlike her.
Seems very peculiar.
It is.
Oh, kicks it out of her hands though.
Nobody had a chance to use it this time.
Might just be that Katie just wants to get this over and done with as quickly as possible.
A double super kick there, is that? But instantly, Annie gets revenge with a net breaker.
It's going to take more than that to take down Becky.
Indeed, if it took 4 extra crunchies to take down her. but instantly moves in. Beautiful single leg drop kick there. Slowly working with her. Becky's already dazed here.
So up into a
But
power
no.
position. Fights out of it.
Telegraphed pretty well.
Back to a leg sweep.
Converted into a Russian leg sweep, and it is still very much wide open.
And she gets the
beautiful
quick
hot
tag.
Jumps. I don't know how she managed to get that, but she did.
And Annie's having none of that.
Annie still hasn't tagged yet, and both sides have tagged twice. That's...
Oh,
Oh! How did she convert that? That was...
Jesus,
like
those forearms.
That looked like the chips were very much down, and somehow Katie was able to turn it into a positive position now, and she is taking the fight right to her.
She is not messing around here. Oh,
Wow.
an impaler DDT. And could that be enough?
In comes...
Oh,
It wasn't... It was just short of a 3 count, and any interference by Jane would have been completely overshadowed by Becky coming in and making the save on her behalf. But now we're back up and we're down to a lockup, and now Annie's starting to manoeuvre again. It could be the fatigue setting in here. Annie's been out for longer.
Annie will be smart at this point to drag Katie into their corner.
Indeed.
Because right now she's in a very dangerous situation. Becky only has to put her hand out, and then there'll be a hot tag.
And of course, Katie has already done a manoeuvre in the corner with Becky on Annie.
Oh, she's bringing
She's
Annie
going
up.
top.
What is Becky doing? She's trying to... She gave
Drives down the fist.
She gave Katie that extra push she needed to get more momentum into that fist.
She's letting Annie tag. And Jane and Katie, in for the first time in 11 months, are now fighting again. And it's a new, re-energized, angry
Nightshade going to the top rope, waiting for Katie to stand up.
Stands up and
drives
drives in with a Meteora. A vicious assault there on Katie.
A big running elbow.
Ball's very much in Nightshade's court hit, but not if she gets jawbreakered like that. And continuing the net breaker now on the other side. Both sides are liking that corner of the ring. It takes a moment to get her breath back.
Again, Katie isn't feeling too worn out from this match. She's not had to take too much.
DDT again.
She's not had to take too much punishment, which will serve her well at Revengeance, which means we remind you, there's only a week away. Oh!
Just kicks out, and Annie just missed with the interception.
Gets suplexed out the ring by Becky. Becky returns to a corner. Katie continues to wear down on the head.
Katie's caught right now.
Nightshade goes for a left. No. Reversed into...
Another attack on the neck area and head.
Katie rolls her up, starts bringing back that arm. Oh!
That was a ridiculously painful twist of the arm there.
Trying to twist the arm out of its socket.
And she's going for another Impaler DDT.
She lifts her up, and it hits.
I think this could be it, but
that
she's
cover?
awfully close to the ropes.
1, 2,
That's
3.
game over. Katie once again defeats her sister.
And with barely a scratch on her as well.
This has got to put her in extremely...
She could be 100% when it comes to the Women's Championship match at Revengeance.
Ellie's going to have to bring the fight to her if she's going to have to beat, if she's going to fit her, because of course it was probably now Ellie's ruined the decision that it's going to be a straightforward contest. No ladders to climb. It's all about strength now. And we are back. Singles action now.
And oh no, the lights have gone again.
Oh dear. And you know what time it is?
Oh yeah.
The production line has sprung into action to bring forward another metallic bastard.
Might as well take this time to just say thank you everyone so far for watching the Road to Revengeance. This wouldn't have been possible without each and every one of you, your input, your cheers, your enthusiasm, everything. We wouldn't have got this far without you. So again, thank you very much for everything you've done for us.
Please don't leave after this match. As the Go Team mascot appears.
Envy Guy's still hunting for that one victory he needs to solidify his existence at this point.
It's rather sad.
It's not just rather sad, it is sad. The amount of money we put into these things with zero return. And what the hell are the crowd saying?
I don't know. I think they're saying... I don't think that was the crowd. I think those were the hamsters that are running the brains of this operation squeaking. It genuinely wouldn't surprise me if there were rodents inside that vehicle at this point.
I would be surprised if they were still running at this point. I'd be highly convinced that they've died. But that's just my sick train of thought.
Well, a robot has been able to perform a forward roll here. That's...
Well, if he's been programmed to do that, I mean, yeah, but he's not been programmed to win a wrestling match.
A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, and the single step in his case is a forward roll. However,
in the case of Geist, it's one step forward and one giant leap backwards.
Indeed.
You know, off the cliff that you start on.
And as someone who's gone through a complete opposite, he picked up his first ever win on the first episode of the Road to Revengeance on the first day. The matriarch of Dream Driving Revolution, the Black Tiger himself, Alex Richards.
Seeing a big resurgence in his career.
Yep, and he's now fighting Geist. What a resurgence.
I mean, it's not certain that Alex is going to win this match.
It's going to be the most Alex thing to have ever happened if Geist wins this match. And that is why I'm suggesting you might as well put a bit of money on Geist.
Maybe Geist is a little bit put off by Alex, because Geist likes the fact that he's unique in his glowing eyes, and then Alex comes out and it's just, he's got his own blown attire. He's probably thinking, well, what's going on?
Well, have you seen Geist there? He's backing off. He's worried.
He's just analysing the situation from all angles. He wants to know what's happening. Like, he wants to know what makes his clothes so bright.
Yeah. There's no space for hamsters in your shirt.
Regardless, oh, he's mad.
And
Geist is ready. He wants
Geist
this.
has the height advantage. This is the only advantage. And he's just knocked out the ref!
And the ref, thankfully, isn't made of cardboard. And so just gets up and gets on with it. But big moonsault to the butt.
Yeah, starting off with... And this continues the tradition of, why do we keep... We have a sledgehammer now. No!
Well, if the machine is broke, just hammer into it. It might just work again.
I mean, if it was a human, I'd feel sort of concerned here.
All Alex is doing is just trying to fix him, that's all.
Yeah, but what if the robot turns and goes on him? As he's already gotten not quite a 2 there.
To be fair, it's not the worst thing that could happen in a wrestling match. I mean...
What?
Just making him a bit more competitive. I mean, that would be nice.
Are you suggesting that he's starting to overpower him? If that sledgehammer does come into play, a large robot like that against something that weighs less than 200 pounds and is made of flesh is not going to end well. But Alex is able to overpower, but he gets overpowered back. It's...
Goes for a cutter, misses. Oh, did he just headbutt him?
He just headbutted a robot. What are you doing, man? That is insane. But everything that Geist is trying to do, though, it gets turned.
Ow! I think he just discombobulated him.
It's almost like Alex is training for something, because he's letting he's letting Geist try and get some offense in just to see if he can avoid it. It's agility training now.
Yeah,
and now he's starting to try and twist the arm. I think it would be a bit of a mistake trying to break the arm of a robot. I don't think they can feel pain.
Well, you say he was training for something, but as confirmed earlier, there is an 8-man battle royal to determine the number contender for the regional championship.
Indeed.
After Revengeance. And
good
Alex
there, using his foot for leverage as well.
Alex Richards has been confirmed as one of those names.
Indeed, and what better to train for 7 people than to fight this giant robot?
I mean,
he
is
on the sledgehammer.
He is the size and strength of 7 very weak men, but weak men in just in sheer numbers. I mean, does it matter?
He's the size and strength of 7 men who once were alive. But still, he's able to work in the shoulder there of Alex. And
it's picked up. Oh, he must be about 20 feet high. It brings him down.
Lord. For some
Could
reason,
Geist win this? He's going for the cover.
Is it?
1,
no.
2. Oh.
It's not. It's more of a 2.5 than a 2.9, but it was close there. Alex nearly embarrassed himself there, man.
Geist isn't finished yet.
Boot for the face for his trouble.
Drags him across onto the sledgehammer.
Only on the wooden bit, but still, I'd rather land on canvas.
Oh.
Just
he's setting up.
Slapping with the back of his head.
It just takes one big manoeuvre and that's it.
Oh
no! Oh, countered.
Really well countered there. Kneeing him in
Can
the head
Alex go?
He somehow is able to lift
Oh my
power
God!
on him.
Oh my God! His knees!
It's another. What is going on with his knees, man?
He's just sacrificed
And
5 years of his career.
Are you kidding me? No!
What the hell?
What is his back strength, son?
This is incredible.
This is.
Oh!
That is on the sledgehammer. How much has that taken out of him? Is he sure? Is he sure that was wise?
Geist must weigh anywhere between 200 and 600 pounds. This is incredible.
The only way that could have not been painful was if Geist would have been filled with pancake batter.
Oh, still
somehow
not
Geist pulls out of that. He has somehow unscrambled his circuits.
Oh, Alex is
and
going
he's going for it. Is it?
Oh!
The moon stomp.
He's not done. He's bringing him back up one more time. No! Geist fights out of it. And Alex fights back in return. Brings him onto the ropes. He's over the top rope.
How's he going to do this?
Oh!
Hits a 619 and then straight into a frog splash onto
that's got to be it.
Hard, solid surface of the sledgehammer.
One more attack brings him down again.
A standing Hurricane Rana this time.
And he's still not finished. What more does he have to do?
He gets him into.
He's
showing off his submission skills now.
He's trying to rip that arm out of its socket.
He's making the robot feel pain. How is that even possible? Trying desperately to reach the ropes, but it isn't enough, and
Geist was struggling. Alex goes back on top.
Yeah, it's a Tiger Vortex, and this should be it. Surely.
2, 3.
Thank you. He goes 2-0 up in what was more a display of his strength than a match, really.
And, well,
Geist got some offense in.
Back to the drawing board for Geist.
Yep, he's going underneath the stage to be burnt and turned into Chinese automobile.
We really need to learn how to conserve money. It's getting a little bit repetitive. Nonetheless, it's still a win, and a hard-fought win for Alex Richards.
We can't quite believe why he lifted that much strength and spun it around like he did, but holy crap, he did.
And even after that match, he still has enough energy to talk to the audience.
What's going on with his lungs? Seriously?
Well, he's put his authority down. He wants to win that battle royal.
To be fair, after you've just lifted up something of that stature and spun it around like a rag doll, you're going to feel like you could punch a mountain in half.
The resurgence of Richards continues. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the main event of the Road to Revengeance tour. After this event, we go straight on to Revengeance next week.
What better person to introduce than the men's champion himself, Richard the Problem Prothero? Or has he given a name to the 30-something Chinese woman who is living inside him?
Yes, her name is Betty.
It's a nice name.
I talked to him backstage about it. It's like, why Betty? He simply replied, bet he's a man.
What a confusing man.
Nothing makes sense. I mean, we made him champion for a start.
We've hit 4 days here. I think we have established very, very early on that nothing makes sense. Let's just run with it.
It's time to get very serious though, because his opponent is not to be messed with. One half of the Merry Men. One half of the NSFW Tag Team Champions, coming out with the entire Merry Plan. Some might say that this is going to be extremely unfair on Richard. It's technically 3-on-1.
Yes, technically it is, and it is indeed rare, but actually sort of refreshing to see that Panda Jerk hasn't brought her drinking trombone with us. Serious mode now. The drinking comes when this match is done. But even with the 3-on-1, you have to think that Richard Problem is, as the men's champion, the ball's still in his court, no matter how many people he's against. And also, he's fighting with 2. It's in one body.
I was talking backstage a couple of days ago actually with the Merry Men. We brought up the whole loss for Marshall Merry at one of the previous shows, and he was deeply upset about it. He prides himself on being a winner and a proper fighting champion.
As you've seen.
That, as we were talking about it, Count Merry jumped in and basically said, you know, he didn't
Look at the strength there, just to interrupt, sorry, being able to lift the Problem by his own head and just slam him on the ground like that.
Count Merry basically just came up and just said, well, he didn't look at failure. He didn't look at his brother's failure and look down on him upon it. He says he's going to use that. He's going to use that loss of his brothers to re-energize himself and to beat Richard. He wants to use that as a positive to try and beat the current men's champion.
But at the moment, it doesn't seem to be working his side. Borrowing that one start, that hot start, it seems to have petered out fairly soon as you go for the first cover of the match. just gets a 1 there. We still have a fair bit to go, it seems. Wrenching the face of Froggy himself. Slam, but he gets one back. This is very... It could be the start of a good comeback here.
Some may consider Count Merry to be the leader of the Merry clan, but even he's alliterated that there's no leader in the group. They're all working together to make the group the biggest single entity in this business.
But if he keeps on hitting big suplexes like that, I think he might have to reassess that claim.
Count Merry, I mean, his looks his looks are deceiving, but he is a very powerful worker. He will throw you around from pillar to post.
As we can see, there, drives the knee into the back of Richard. And the men's champion, after... Every time it seems that there's going to be a noticeable momentum shift, it keeps on switching back.
Richard keeps getting distracted.
Outside.
Wait, what's that? Hang on, that's not fair. Marshall Merry, he's brought a phone with him to ringside, and he keeps going. Apparently, he's showing Richard during the match eBay articles on rare video games, and that's
sick. You are a twist.
He knows his weakness.
But as you see,
look, he's wearing him over. Come look, there's only 10 minutes on this auction left. Do you not want 6 signed copies of Castlevania Symphony of the Night with the art book and everything? £200 each.
And now I think his plan is to beat the Count before the time runs out, so he can dash back. But it seems that it's turned again. Richard went for a pinfall a minute ago, which looked like it could have ended things, but he was too busy being distracted.
Wait, what's Marshall? Marshall's brought in a chair now. But Count is firmly in control. Sidewalk slam in the middle of the ring.
Count doesn't need any weapons, but given how quickly they can turn the tide of this match, it wouldn't surprise me if they start to come in play very soon.
Picks him up. Deadlifts it. Just misses the chair, however.
Mercifully. And still drives the feet in. Wrenches the neck and brings his knee up again to take it down again. Another power on the chair. His head ricocheting off the steel.
Richard just kicks straight out of it.
That was superb. It's like Richard's comeback is still short-lived, as he is now on the floor again, and the Count looks as strong as ever. Crushes him with the ass. Could have been a humiliating end to the road for Richard from Prothero here, but he's still not out of the woods yet. The ball is very much in Count Merry's court here. Not after that though.
Reverses the cutter, comes back into it, and Count Merry.
There's blood. There is blood now. Count has been able to use that DDT to force the head open of Richard Prothero.
Richard is out of it at the moment, but look at Count Merry.
He's got fun with it.
He's got energy to waste at this point. Wait.
Was that on the chair?
Seems like it.
Even if it was or if it wasn't, that's still a brutal move there.
I'd never seen that.
No respect going on between the two.
Down.
And now he's starting to work away slowly at the shoulder now. Getting switching out the flow of the match as much as possible to keep him confused, but it's not worked. Marshall
Merry still keeping an eye out on ringside, trying his best to just...
Every comeback seems to be short-lived for Richard. He might have underestimated it, but oh my god! Was that a problem, Bob?
I think it was, but I think he's got another problem.
Yeah, he's still in an issue with Mark at the ringside.
Marshall Murray just found some very rare Neo Geo games on CEX. It's like, why would you do this during a match? Of course, everyone knows that the best way to Richard's heart is through video games.
Particularly ones that came out from before
That
1995.
or silly memes, but
Yes.
oh, big drop from the
off
top
the
rope.
top rope again. It is. He's going through a lot of punishment here. Now, is he legitimately struggling here, or is he playing possum? We don't know. You'd expect a better fight from the men's champion, and he's might be starting to give it back.
He is taking a lot of punishment, but he's not out of it yet. Big suplex.
With the first proper attack sustained by him for quite a while, actually, but it still ends in a reversal and a backbreaker on his behalf.
Takes him down,
Cal
runs
Murray
him
is
away
on
from the
inside
corner.
of the ring. What is he planning to do here? Just gaining his breath.
He's not in any rush to finish him off.
Of
He's
course.
got full control of this match right now. Another deadlift powerbomb.
Exactly, yeah. And he doesn't know who he's going to be facing at Revengeance, but this is how you stamp a warning.
At this rate, it doesn't matter who the Marys go up against. They are so good.
And
in
also,
the ring.
that is Marshall getting in his face again. Showing him pictures of cats on Facebook. Turns out it's not quite as good as video games, but
He's trying. He's trying different tactics.
yeah.
Like, if one thing doesn't work, something else will.
And he's working a lot of body blows, then finishes off with the face. It is.
I mean,
This will be humbling if he's able to pull this off.
I mean, technically, Marshall Murray hasn't done anything wrong. All he's doing is he's on his own phone at ringside and just shouting out like all the things he's finding. I mean, Richard should know better than to just listen in all the time.
Well, yes, he's. To be fair, if anything, he's helping Richard. I mean, he can't quite get to his phone right now, but
I mean, I'm not saying that what he's doing is right, but it's not wrong either.
oh wow! Cartwheels into the ring and takes him out with his with his legs. Lifts him up again and
Over the top rope.
that brings his neck down to the top rope. As we go for a pinfall, this could be it. No,
Richard's still in it.
doesn't quite go to full three. He's on two now. Whips the neck again.
Remember that a week from now will be Revengeance. Richard. Oh my God, that big power bomb.
Pop-up power out of nowhere.
And Marshall
But
Murray
no,
interferes again.
he could have won that, but and that is despicable. But when you're against the men's champion, it's exactly the sort of thing that he's got to do, really.
Marshall Murray shouting out there's only 2 minutes on an auction for an engage. And Richard needs to hurry up, win or lose.
He knows that he does. Oh my goodness. What did the hanging on the ropes there of his legs do? That brought all of the power down onto his head.
Just going back to the card, Richard will be defending the men's championship against Lollymat. Ellie will be going after the women's title, going against the champion Katie. Regional belt, Ian R will be going after Lexi's belt. The tag team championships, the Merry Men will be defending them against mystery opponents at this point. But
at this point, it could be anyone, and they'll still take it.
As we're saying, at the moment, the way Count Merry is fighting the men's champion, like he's in such a position, such a strong position that you'd think he could take on any challenges by himself.
Yes. I mean,
Jesus.
Although he does have help at ringside, but this is not in the ring.
When it comes down to tag teams, though, the Merry Men have cemented themselves as the best tag team in division. I mean, it's not just because they're brothers.
Goes into the Cobra Clutch. Is that?
Jesus.
Grabs the coat, grabs it well, and just repeatedly unloads with fists into the NSFW Men's Champion's face.
When it comes to the Merry Men, it's not just because they're brothers. They've got a synergy that you don't see in anyone else in the company. They're too good together. Too good.
Look at the power of this.
Slams him down.
Power slam straight into the ground, and his back is on fire.
Completely dead weights it as he crumples him into the canvas.
And he's still not done. Repeatedly stomping holes in his chest here.
He's not even trying to pin him at this rate. He just wants to destroy him.
He's humiliating them. Could he possibly be working with Lolly Matt?
I mean,
it's not within the bounds of reason.
I mean, it's quite well known that Lolly Matt does, he's very good friends with the Merrys. I mean, they're all part of the part of the EMAG division that has been integrated into NSFW. For all we know, that Lolly Matt may have been talking to the Merrys beforehand. I mean, we know Lolly Matt, he wants any advantage he can get going into Revengeance, and if he's told Count Merry, just go out there and beat him to a pulp, then Count Merry will do that, and he's been doing that for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, there's been no real opportunities for the champions to get any offence at all.
Yeah, throws him out to Marshall at ringside.
Marshall is just eyeing him.
Oh no.
No way.
No!
Oh my god.
Spine first. Into the apron.
That is brutally. Back onto the steel. The cold, exposed steel here. But it seems to have given him and he goes into the back as well. No way. He's draped.
What is he doing?
Giving him a
how has he got the energy?
Oh my god. What is this?
YT!
That is how you bring yourself back into a match at the death.
Richard channeling his hero, Toriano.
Wow.
Going for that swinging kick, kind of similar to some other guy who does that side. And
another Robert, but we can't talk about him. But okay. It seems to have not really had that much of an effect because the momentum still stays with Merry. As he's just
bring him back to it. No, he's heading towards the announce table.
Throws him into the side of the barrier. But he's having none of it. And we're getting very close to the Esperanto announcers table. Why are they still here? Weren't they scared off last time?
Well, we've got a contract with them. Like a long contract.
Looking worryingly high now. It looks like 18.
The Merry Clan staying out of the way. They're not going to physically interfere in this contest.
Get in now before.
They're not risking the DQ. Oh.
We have missed seconds for a count out. I see a fist and hands. I think we're at 14 now.
Sends him back into the ring.
Barely back in the ring in time.
And he goes for the cover.
Could this end the match?
1, 2, 3. And that's it.
Is a shock. Lolly Matt has to be licking his lips with anticipation for a vengeance right now.
Richard didn't just lose, he was annihilated in that match. What does that say for a vengeance?
I don't know what to say. Everyone going in thought he'd be infallible, but with a bit of strategy and tactics, he has been absolutely humbled tonight.
And on that major bombshell, we have to call it there, folks. Thank you very much for tuning in. Next event, Revengeance itself. All the championships on the line. Battle Royal. It's just, there's so much happening. And it's going to be amazing. Don't miss out. Thank you very much once again for tuning in, and we will see you next week.
Good night, friends.